Hello mate and welcome to Puzzle Combat, where you match 3 pieces, find yourself a hero with some superpowers, and destroy the enemy. Make as many alliances as you can and win the game. Hello y'all, my name is Thrasher. My special skill is I'm an armor shredder and I'm a one-man army. Yes ma'am, I said I'm a one-man army. I deal 245% damage to the target, nearby enemies. I deal out 100% additional damage to the armor. All allies get 124 attacks for 3 turns. You don't want to mess with the Thrasher.
That's right. He kicks War Machine ass. Hola! Hola, everybody. So, from that introduction, I've guessed that you've deduced that we're going to cover Smasher Thrasher here today. Alright, I gotta say I like this guy. And he's the first 5-star that I'm going to cover. And so his stats are a little bit different in the introduction. I waited until I did get him to 100. I think, what is he, only 68 in the introduction or something like that. So you can see the difference in his stats as you level up. Because it was only 522 attack, it's 614 now. 577 for his defense now, but it was only 490 then. And then his health was only 1381, well now it's 1626, so quite an improvement there. When you do finally get them leveled up, it's a long haul to do it though, that's for sure sometimes. Alright, so he also is dealing more damage to the target. It's 255 now instead of 245 because I did max out his special skill. It was only 8 in the introduction video there, so. And then 140 attack for 3 turns instead of 124. So I definitely needed another red, and I'm liking this guy. My TS20 turned out this guy. And he's been pretty good. Do you guys see the younger version of Thrasher on the startup page? They still haven't changed that. So Thrasher was really young a couple years ago when the game was in soft release. I don't know what the hell happened to him over these 2 years, but man, he's aged. Maybe hardcore drinking? I don't know. But he's aged quite a bit, and they still haven't updated that. So, if you've ever wondered why you've never seen that hero, well, it's because it's the younger version of this guy. This is what he looks like now. So silly. Alright, so 255 damage to the target and nearby enemies. 100% additional damage against armor. Doesn't come into play a whole heck of a lot, but he's a good, solid, all-around AoE hitter. And that attack up for 3 turns rocks. This is really good. My War Machine hits against green got better with this guy as soon as I could put him on the team. Because Blunderbutt has still not graced me with her presence. But hey, he'll do. This is awesome. So, same type of special as Logan, and I've been using Logan for a long time on red War Machines for the attack up, and it's pretty good. It just gives the whole team that extra buff to do more damage overall, which is sweet. Alright, so let's get into overall hero rating. Well, his overall rating is a B+. I'd say that's fairly accurate. He only has a 3.5 on defense and the War Machine out of 5. I don't know. I think he kind of rocks the War Machine for somebody that doesn't have Blunderbutt. And to be quite honest, if I got Blunderbutt, I would still probably play these two together on the same team because her ability would stack with his. So providing even more damage when her ability doesn't miss. So, I don't know, I think they'd be a pretty sweet combination. I'll have to try that out if she ever does decide to pop out of the summon gate for me. So, that's pretty cool. And he has a 4 on offense. I would think that's really where he shines, is offense in raids, offense on the War Machine, that type of thing. So, I would probably give him a higher War Machine mark myself than 3.5, but he's decent on defense, but there are probably some better reds. Obviously, if you've got Ksenia, that's the Reviver. You're gonna want the Reviver on the team. Hands down, you're gonna go for the Reviver. Yeah, but overall, he's solid. He really is. Alright, so this just makes it better, too, being the Warfighter class. There's a lot of decent heroes in the Warfighter class, but if he's someone that you are going to put on defense, then why not have the revive, right? Especially if a healer's going to go off. I don't know how many times that's happened. A healer's charged, and of course they revive, and then the Coyote is able to give him a whole bunch of health again, and then you gotta knock it down again. So, 6, 12, 18, and another 12, so you're looking at 30% to revive if you go all the way down the talent grid with them. And I don't, like I say, if you're using them on a defense and you're using them all the time, it might be something you may consider to put emblems on them. I don't know if I would. I started with emblems on Dasha, and she's a warfighter too, so I don't know. I've got Jocasta in my defense, so probably won't put emblems on him. But if I did, I would go down defense and attack. Putting his attack up even more. How sweet is that? There's an attack there. Another 30 points to his attack. I would probably go there to get the defenses. Another attack there. And his... where's the speed bonus? Oh, it's either critical chance or speed bonus. Okay, well, he is 47 charge speed. Is that right? Yeah. So 47 charge speed. And the speed bonus is only 2%. So that's only going to boost it by maybe a tile. It's not worth it because that's not going to bump him up into the next break point. So that's not going to drop a tile off of charging him. So I personally would likely do this in this case and take advantage of the critical bonus. Why not increase the damage? If the speed's not going to help him, then increase the damage with the critical bonus. It's a great option. So, alright. So let's run down the master weapons. I think there's a couple of master weapons that actually do end up making him better too, especially since he is an AoE hitter. So you've got the 3 stars, the cubic. By the way, guys, that'll auto-correct and make that K a P. I had that do that to me a couple times. Fair warning. There you go, now you know. That was the most hilarious freaking autocorrect ever, though. And of course it does it when I'm messaging a whole group of people, right? That has to be the way. But that was like, oh, I killed myself laughing. Nope, it's actually called the cubic, guys. That's not supposed to be a P. Alright, so that's a good one for him, though. It's a burn. 50 damage over 2 turns, so that's alright. Alright, and then there's the 4-star one is the Falcon Tech, which is health per turn. I don't, like, if you're gonna have him on defense, then that's not a bad option to boost up his health. 35 per turn on that one. And then there's the 5-star Levy, which is 30 armor per turn. Again, not a bad option for a defensive weapon. And that one actually does have 240 attack, which is fairly high. Not a bad thing to add to his attack that he already gives out. Give him more attack, why not? And then you're giving him a bit of armor per turn on defense as well, so not a bad option. And then the other red master weapon is the other 5 stars, the Flashpoint, which again was an awesome DC Comics series. I'm probably gonna say that every time I say Flashpoint because it's automatically what I think of. I can see the cover of the DC Comics book every time I say Flashpoint. Anyway, that is a good one as well, because that is 70 damage over 2 turns as well. And is that burn damage? Can't remember quite offhand if it's burn or poison. But yeah, that's a good one for him too. So the Kubik and the Flashpoint are going to hit 3 enemies. So that is pretty cool. Alright, so even though on the talent grid the speed won't help him, the other red weapons that are speed weapons will, because he's pretty close to that breakpoint of 50, but not quite there. So, of course, you got the weapon of the month here, which happens to be red. 9 speed points! That is awesome! So, he'll go from 47 to 56, which is still the average category, but that drops him down to 10 tiles from 11 and down to 5 ghosted tiles from 6. So pretty sweet option. And the 22% resistance, not bad. I think this one could be played on offense or defense, really. It's, I wouldn't mind a copy of this. It's probably not going to happen though, but certainly wouldn't mind a copy. Alright, so I have a bunch of the red weapons in my inventory, but there is one of the 5 stars that I'm missing, which is the Tank Bane, which is not a bad option at all, either for a defensive weapon, if you do need to use him on defense. Of course it shows me the other 2 first, that I already have in my roster, in my inventory. Where are you, Tank Bane? There you are. Look at you, you gorgeous girl. Okay, so 32% resistance. Good. Definitely good for defense, and another 85 to his health. And his health is decent for sure. Another 85 points when you're putting him on defense, why not? Alright, so let's check out the other weapons options. So this one is another speed one. So this is great. Absolutely fantastic to put on him for offensive situations, because 21% critical chance damage to the tiles, and then you got his attack up buff, then you got 9 speed points, which puts him at 56, just like the Fire Wing there, and you're laughing. You're laughing. That's absolutely awesome. This is the one that I end up putting on him the most. The Vantage, 30% critical damage, is great too for using him for the war machines and whatnot as well. And armor damage, meh. He has armor damage in his special skill anyway. I'd honestly like to see something different on the weapons than armor damage. I'd much rather have it written into the hero's special, like Thrasher and Minimoto and a couple others. I think Banshee's another one that does armor damage, and I don't know, that's enough. Give the weapons a different perk than armor. Speaking of armor damage, 31% on the Awful Waffle. That's meh. Not worth it. 11% dodge on the mainframe though. Great defensive weapon. And the Melgor, again, if you don't have the dodge options or some of the other resistance options, then of the 5 stars, then this is a good option too. And for a 4-star weapon, that 184 attack. Is it the attack or the defense? One of the stats on this one is high. It must be the defense. I can't remember offhand without looking it up. Alright, so 19% resistance, so it's a good defensive weapon. It really is. I used it for quite a long time. It was my first 4-star red, and I used it on Astrid at the time. She was my tank way back when, and it worked out pretty well. Yeah, I had it on her when I did attack raids and that too, and she resisted burn damage and that sort of thing quite a bit, so not a bad defensive weapon. It really isn't. Alright, 7 speed points here. Well, you know it. That is gonna put him over 50, which is the break point, so that will drop a tile again off of impacted tiles and ghosted tiles. So the Tigger is a fantastic weapon. As you can see, I'm leveling up a 3rd one. Because I like it for events and that sort of thing when I do stacks and that, so yeah. I figured a 3rd one was definitely going to be worth it, so. And this is the 3-star health points, which is good. And then this one I much prefer though. I prefer the critical chance damage myself. I'm a much bigger fan of that than health, but health does come into play, especially on defense, so. Alrighty, I think that is it, because I do have the cubic, but it's in my other account, so I won't bother hopping over there, but let's take him for a raid here. Subatoy. That's an interesting tank. Huh. Very, very interesting. Alright. I'm sure the video is gonna pick that up. I have no idea what my cat's just knocked down, but I'm gonna have to go check after this. Hopefully I didn't not pick up that noise, you guys, but alright. So I need a blue. I need a yellow, so we're gonna switch you to purple. Do I want to take Crazy Scientist Lady? Sure, with a poison weapon? Alright. Let's do a raid here, see how he does. That is just such an interesting tank. You don't generally see Subatoy a lot on defense at all, really. Oh boy, this board is kinda nasty. Ooh, that is really loud too. That is very, very loud. Okay. What the heck, man? Oh man. If I get my ass kicked by a Subatoy tank, I'm gonna have to go have a drink. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Come on, board. Start cooperating with me here. Alright, Scientist Lady. Oh man! I thought she charged up too. Alright. Well, let's charge Thrasher here. Look at all the green on the board now. Dang, man, this team's gonna give me a run for my money, and it shouldn't even be. Spectacular board this is. Ouch. Well, she got support attacked, didn't she? Damn, man! When does that wear off? One turn left. Alright, fantastic. This is so sad. Alright, get lost, all you bad tiles. Go. Alright, Thrasher. And of course he evades, because why not? Oh, you punk! Alright, I don't really want to set her off. Oh, so I set him off instead. Alright, good one. Yeah. I can't believe this team gave me so much trouble. What an awful board. Oh. Dude. This is sad. Alright. Come on, Stinger. You gotta take care of these two boys here. All by yourself. Alright, there goes one. Oh my god, that was so much work. I need a nap now. My goodness. That was too funny. Oh. Alright guys, I really do like Thrasher overall. I definitely think he's worth the mats, and I put the skill books into him too. I really like having that attack up buff, and considering my other red options, they're kind of passive heroes, so I didn't need him. Stop that. Because I have Jocasta, which is, she's a great hero, but she's passive with the healing, and Zidane... Yes, he does hit, but he's a healer too, so is passive with the double Zidanes, and then of course he got nerfed. So having my fourth red be Thrasher was pretty cool. Because I do have a second Jocasta, but if you get, I don't know, if you get so many kind of passive heroes that aren't aggressive enough of a color, then you're kind of out of balance. So I really do like that I managed to get Thrasher from my TS20. He's been a great addition for me, so hopefully you guys can pick him up too and get attacking. And just the fact that my War Machine hits on green got better, yeah, it's been worth it. Yeah, he's solid overall, guys. Definitely worth it. Okay, take care, everybody.